It's been a pretty busy fall, so I have a lot to report on. The first thing is, the thing that's been most active and certainly been the most visible is the skating rink. And we have a flyer there. The skating rink has engendered a lot of community enthusiasm. And we've made some significant progress so far. I think, as you know, a space has been identified. We're looking at the volleyball court behind Jake's as a place to do it. Tad Kinsley is on board, as is the owner of the marketplace, Rick Bove. So he's very enthusiastic and supportive of the project. The working estimate for constructing the rink is about $5,000. Jamaica Cottage has agreed to donate benches to the project. There's also a donor who has made a matching gift to launch the public fundraising campaign, which is likely going to be a GoFundMe campaign. And we're starting to think about what that's going to look like right now. We had a very successful community meeting last week with over 15 people attending, and generated some good ideas and some good suggestions, and again, some more enthusiasm. The Rotary, the fire departments have both been contacted and are in support of the project. And our real challenge going forward, and one of the things that came out of the community meeting, is that we really need a management team to make sure that the snow is constantly cleared, the ice is resurfaced, and all of that kind of thing. So we really need a good core group of people. And that's what we're looking for now. We've been posting signs around, and we're hoping to get some of those skaters out there, and apparently there's a good number of skaters around to come join the cause. So we're optimistic about that. Lastly, the group has applied for a zoning permit from the town, and since it's in the floodplain, that's also going to require approval from the Agency of Natural Resources. A volunteer has paid for the permitting fee, but the group is wondering if the select board might be willing to waive that fee. Since it's for a community benefit, we haven't really raised any money yet. Would the select board consider waiving our permitting fee for the rink?
What's the permitting fee?
I think it's $125
$25 for the permit and $15 for the
I thought it was more.
No, they have site plan
I
review,
think
so
it's
it's more.
I think it was 140 maybe.
Oh,
The
yeah.
site plan review is 125, and then there's 20 for
15 recorded.
15 for recording.
I don't see any, feel like it would be an okay thing to do. If we don't waive it, that would, I mean, Rich Phelan isn't here. I'd be happy to just pay it myself. But
It's quite a precedent.
if it's precedent, then
Yeah, it would be.
Okay.
And that any other not-for-profit could come in and say, we don't have that to do.
then in that instance, I have a hunch that there's a private donor that will take care of the permitting fee.
Okay.
But if precedent is...
Okay, well, thank you for considering that. We appreciate it. Do you want to hand out the flyers to people?
I did.
Okay, perfect. Okay, other projects that the recreation group is working on include Winterlude, which is this winter festival that we're hoping to kick off the first weekend in March 5th, and it's going to feature a Golden Triangle uphill challenge, which I consider to be an uber athlete event since it requires climbing all three peaks, Mountain Magic, Bromley, and Stratton in a day, and get some kind of recognition for that. It's also going to include a scavenger hunt at biking and some kind of activity at Taylor Farm, culminating in a bonfire, probably at the skating rink. So that's in the planning stages too. The recreation group is also working on a map and brochure about the town's recreational trails, bikeways, and waterways. We've been in contact with the Parks Department about that. And they're also working on a longer-term project about trail connectivity, which I think you heard about before. On the housing front, our housing group met last week with, they participated in the Housing Summit in Arlington, hosted by Seth Bonegarts and Kathleen James. And the discussion really enforced the importance of doing a housing needs assessment. So they wanted me to just reiterate to this board that a housing needs assessment would be something that's very important to move the affordable housing or workforce housing or housing conversation forward in our town. So we really know exactly what the need is and how to address it. The housing group is also organizing a meeting with the members of the Second Congregational Church the Windsor-Wyndham Regional Housing Trust, and USDA to discuss the single-family affordable housing project that's being contemplated for Hell's Peak Road. And that meeting will happen later this month. So it'll be interesting to see how that project moves forward. Our Economic Vitality Group is working with the Live in Local effort to promote Londonderry's regional assets. Live in Local is a crowdsourced community mapping project for Bennington County and nearby mountains, focusing on places that help build community and wellness. I think we have about 20 locations in our community that are currently being proposed to include to that mapping site. And the Economic Vitality Group is also recruited a volunteer to do Instagram posts about our local businesses to help promote them in social media. So keep an eye on Londonderry, Vermont on Instagram. The community center, we have a new chair, so this effort is back on the stove. We're thrilled about that. We did not know if that was going to go anywhere. Right now the chair is working with area stakeholders to develop a vision for what a community center might look like. She's in touch with neighboring towns and now of course with Manchester in terms of that development there. Whatever we do here to make it sustainable is going to need to have sort of a regional perspective on it. It's probably going to need to be more than just Londonderry. At least that's the current thinking. And then our Main Street group their work is largely centered on the Main Street study and master plan. These community member volunteers will be sending questions and comments to Stevens and Associates, as Mark West asked in that meeting, once that mechanism has been set up. They're also gathering as much information as they can on shorter term and longer term projects related to Main Street. So once the master plan is approved, the whole implementation process will be hopefully a little bit smoother and quicker. Also this month, and relating to Main Street, One Londonderry convened the various players who do the decorations around town for the holidays. We've got Parks, Beautification, Rotary, Susie Wyman, Dad Kinsley, all at the table to talk about what we want to do for Main Street. And the plan is to decorate the marketplace, put lights on the archways, get that all lit, get the new tree lit. Rotary will do the kiosk again, and then proceeding down Main Street, the Congregational Church will have those wonderful lights that they had last year. We'll do a garland around the mural at Jellies and light the little box there at Jellies. And then Parks is doing lights in Williams Park, and the Beautification Committee is hoping to plant a tree at Benzer Park and decorate that. So that should be a nice festive strip for people as they come through town. We will be doing a GoFundMe campaign on that after Halloween to light up Londonderry. And the target date for the lighting is that first weekend in December, which is, I don't know, the 3rd or something like that. So I hope this gives you a good overview of what we've been working on. We're really trying to do what we can to make this town as wonderful for all of us as it can be. We welcome any comments, suggestions, feedback, questions, either today or whenever. If there's things we can be doing better or differently, we would love to hear from you.